Hi guys and welcome to my review of the Samsung Level On Wireless. Last year they already released a wired version, but since the industry standard seems to be going away from wires, Samsung decided to release a Bluetooth version as well with a few nice little goodies like apt-x, this means latency-free high quality audio, and also active noise cancelling. So let's take a closer look at them now. Let's check what's in the box first. Here we have this nice little pouch where you can stash them. You can easily fold them up to save space in your bag. This is quite handy if you don't have too much space. We also get a 3.5mm cable if you want to use them wired and a micro USB cable for the charging. That's it for the content of the box. Let's take a closer look at the headphones themselves. Now here we have a status LED to see if they're on and off or paired, power switch to turn it on and off, also pair it, and for the active noise cancelling. Here we have touch strip controls, double tap for pause and play, left and right for skipping the tracks, and upwards and downwards for the volume controls. As for the headphones themselves, the padding here is very nice. They sit very comfortably on your head. This has been done nice because you never touch any plastic or the driver itself. It is only the padding. The same goes for the padding up here as well. We have here this nicely balanced mix of matte and also glossy plastic. It is just plastic after all, and they don't really feel super premium. Good enough in my opinion, but still, these are not really rugged ones that you can just abuse too much. But for normal casual use, they work quite fine. You can also put them really nicely together just to save the space, and they are adjustable. You don't have too much wiggle room here, but enough to get a really comfortable feel. So let's check how they look on my head. You can see them here right now. I would wish for them to maybe be a little bit more narrow, to be a little bit more subtle in terms of look to the outside world, but I don't really care how they look if they feel comfortable, and they actually do. Personally, I'm not a real big fan of on-ears because I prefer over-ears, and I tried a lot of them in stores, and actually I have to say after a few hours these are quite comfortable because nothing really touches. They don't press too hard, but they are also not too loose that I would be afraid for them to fall off if I would do any sporty activities. So definitely a nice balance of comfortable but still very sturdy and solid feel on the head. This has been done quite nice. Let's get to the most important part, the audio quality, and let me first show you how much the outside world actually hears from you. People told me definitely it wasn't loud enough for them to bother. They didn't really hear a lot of that. That is quite nice, so you won't disturb a lot of people maybe in the train or wherever you are. So this is quite good. What about the active noise cancelling? Personally, I think it worked quite well. I tried here with the fan on full power and also at work where there are loud machines. It filtered out most of the consistent noise very well, and all you had left was a little bit of white noise. But actually even the passive noise cancelling worked very nice just with the headphones on and the music. I didn't really bother. But the one good thing about the active noise cancelling is you get also a slight little bass and high boost, and it just overall sounds a little bit more rich, which led me to use them even more with the active noise cancelling on, even though I didn't even need it to. So let's get to the audio quality itself then. The bass is a little bit muddy and it could be a little bit deeper, but still well balanced, because the one thing I actually expected these headphones to be very sounded. I expected a lot more bass, a lot more highs for a more mainstream feel, but actually I think they did a very nice balanced sound, because we have a little bit of a boosted bass, a little bit of a boosted highs, but a very, very warm and rich sound with a very narrow and close soundstage, which is something I personally prefer a lot, because everything sounded very close to you, very rich and very full. And the good thing also was, even bad recordings, because I listen to a lot of rock bands and post-hardcore and so, and these just don't have the best quality, these manage to produce a sound that is also always very pleasantly to hear. So the one thing that maybe comes with a caveat though, if you have very high quality sound with very detailed music, you won't get all the details, because it is a little bit of a balanced mix here. We have also good mids and also quite clear highs, but everything seems to be balanced out, so nothing is really too harsh or too extreme in one direction. This leads to a very good all-round speaker, because rock, pop, even classic all sounded very good, but nothing sounded particularly amazing. Something I don't really bother, because I listen to a lot of low quality audio, and with these headphones all of that low quality audio still sounded very good, and that's why I like them. They sounded very rich. The bass was quite okay. I would maybe wish for a little bit more of a more dry bass, a little bit harder, a little bit more punch, but therefore it was very pleasantly still very warm. Nice soundstage. The bad audio sounded very good as well, and the great audio still sounded good. It's not like it did lose all the details, but it is not the most accurate headphone and not for the really audiophile person. But personally, I just like it because it's a pleasant to listen sound. Definitely way nicely balanced for the mainstream people, I would say, because it fits pretty much everywhere. The one thing I wanted to show off real quick once again, before I'm going to show off anything else, we get an audio software here. It is called Samsung Level. Let me quickly find it. Here it is. You have a few little options like Sound Alive, where you can adjust different presets. You see it goes to treble, vocal, bass, and also instrument, but you also get an equalizer to adjust it to your liking. This is done quite nice, and you also have here the presets available, but personally I don't think it is a really necessary app. It is necessary maybe if you have an audio player that just doesn't allow any sound customizations, but if you have an audio player with an equalizer, you don't really need it, but it's a nice little addition if you want it as well. As for the battery life, it takes about 1 hour to charge the whole headphone, and Samsung claims following values: 11 hours with the active noise cancelling on, 23 hours without active noise cancelling, and if you use them wired, you can use them with active noise cancelling for about 20 hours. From what I can tell you, I used it for about for about 10 days, about 1 or 2 hours every day at least, and I'm still on the first charge, so I say their values seem to be legit. So this leads me to my final words. Would I recommend them? I can definitely recommend them because I like how they feel, and even though I am someone who really prefers over ears, because I just don't like to have something push on my ears, I actually feel they are quite comfortable. So no real problem here. They are sturdy enough, and for about $150 they offer quite a lot, because you get the active noise cancelling, you get the touch controls, you get the extra software, you get apt-x, which is really handy. So they do nothing wrong. The sound for me personally is very pleasant. If you want something with more bass or really deep bass, you can maybe look at something like Beats, and if you want to have something really accurate, maybe check out some Samsung or Sennheiser phones. But if you want something that is really good all-rounder with really nicely and pleasant balanced sound, this is actually the one to go for. And I'm not saying this is the ultimate headphone in this price range, because I just didn't try enough to get you the most and best perspective, but from what I hear, and I know a lot of headphones, I know a lot of speakers, this is a sound I definitely like a lot. So that's it for my review of the Samsung Level On Wireless. Let me know what you think. Maybe you heard them or you have definitely better headphones as a recommendation. Leave those recommendations in the comments below. If you like this video, leave me a thumbs up, reshare this video, and subscribe to me. Until next time, bye. I'll be back. Yes, because there will be an Arnold Schwarzenegger reference anyways. Bye.